Would you rather have Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields on your team?
Who's that question for? I
Stephen
didn't
A.
hear.
Smith.
Oh, it would be Justin Fields. Last time I checked, Kirk Cousins, isn't he coming off an Achilles injury? Is that me? Am I making that up?
No.
All right. Well, guess what? I don't know how healthy he's going to be for this upcoming season. Why would I pick Kirk Cousins, who I don't know if he'll even be healthy enough to really go, ahead of a Justin Fields, who everybody's been telling me he's really improved, and Eberflus and them took a while to get things going, and there's a lot of things that they've got to do in Chicago, but his development and his growth is coming along nicely. Now, obviously, Caleb Williams can ball, and he can really play, and you've got the #1 overall pick, so it's just a question of the money because of the market value that comes associated with Justin Fields. 6 years at approximately $282 million. He might not be worth that, but Stephen A., my goodness, this guy is really showing a lot of potential. Well, why would I pass on that for a dude coming off an Achilles tear? Now, if this was the 2025 season we were talking about, you got me. But we're talking 2024, as in the next few months, after the spring and summer expires and the NFL season for 2024 takes shape. Why would I pick Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields, and I don't know how healthy he's going to be? I'm going to roll with the young thoroughbred, especially if I got a coach and an offensive coordinator with some weapons around him that I think can be utilized effectively. I'm going to roll with the young blood.
There's no way.
Why not?
No, because he's not a better player?
He's not a better player than a healthy Kirk Cousins. What about the one coming back from the Achilles?
I'm not a doctor, but I would imagine he'll be healthy. The reality is Kirk Cousins is a true pocket passer, so the only way you're good in the NFL as a true pocket passer right now is that you have to be wildly obsessed with details. And I would imagine he's like that with his rehab and attacking it in that capacity. So I'm banking on his health being relatively what it was in this past year. Stephen A's coming off the best year of his career. He was playing at an MVP level, Kirk.
Please. Please. I know you're right. I'm not refuting that you're wrong. I'm just saying regular season. We all know there's a difference between playoffs and regular season. Don't get me started with that. Don't start with me this morning, D.O. Don't start with me.
But then you put me in a bad spot because Justin Fields hasn't been to the playoffs.
No, he hasn't.
So we can't knock Kirk Cousins for what your perceived lack of playoff performance is when the other guy in the conversation isn't there. Kirk Cousins got the third most touchdowns in the NFL since 2018, Stephen A. Outside of Patrick Mahomes and, ironically, Russell Wilson. So, it's not close right now.
Right.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Stephen A., you said you don't know if Cousins is going to be healthy. Hell, Aaron Rodgers was going to come back off an Achilles injury in 2 weeks. I like to think Kirk Cousins is going to be healthy in 10 months.
Yeah. Stephen A., you got God on this
Aaron
one, Stephen A.
He had surgery on a Monday, and he was out there throwing on a Tuesday. He's like, I'm coming back. I'm going to come back. I say that tongue in cheek. But in all sincerity, give me Cousins. Now, here's the thing. But you said you made a very interesting point. You said, well, give Justin Fields this, give Justin Fields that. You tell me where? Minnesota, Cousins. If you put him in Atlanta, I would rather have Justin Fields in Atlanta. But if you say who's the better player, that's not even close. Kirk Cousins currently is a better player than Justin Fields.
But I never said that Justin Fields was better than Kirk Cousins. I pointed out that Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury. We don't know how ready he is going to be, and everybody's been talking about the situation that Justin Fields had been in, and wherever he goes will likely be a better situation than the one he's departing from, assuming Chicago does what we all think they're going to do in moving him out of this, so they're going to draft Caleb Williams with the #1 overall pick. I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I'm saying, let's take, for example, hypothetically, because we know that Russell Wilson is going to Pittsburgh and not Justin Fields. Let's say, for example, Justin Fields was in Pittsburgh, okay? Right. We know with his wheels, he can extend plays. We know that you got Pickens. We know that you got Freiermuth. We know that you got Harris and Warren in the backfield. In the backfield. So I'm looking at it from the standpoint of having weapons around you with better coaching. You got Arthur Smith there as an offensive coordinator, and there were a lot of people that were speculating, you all included, about what Justin Fields could potentially mean to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm saying you look at a situation like that in terms of surrounding him around the right personnel, then there's a lot to look forward to in terms of his upside and his potential down the line. Whereas with Kirk Cousins, you coming off an injury, I don't know what to expect from you. I don't.
I think we could go to the bank with what Kirk Cousins is going to. Go ahead, Shannon.
I think Cousins, because of his style of play, will be less impacted because he's not mobile to begin with. And so that's what helped Dan Marino when Danny had his Achilles tear. Because he wasn't reliant on his legs, he was less impacted, say, by someone that's mobile and more reliant on their legs. But I say this, in 5 fewer games, Kirk Cousins had 230 fewer yards, 2 more touchdowns, and 4 fewer interceptions. That's what Cousins did in 8 games compared to Fields in 13 games.
Look at Stephen A. He's going to say.
But
look, I'm not Pythagoras.
Don't hold it, Shannon.
I'm not Benjamin Banneker. I'm not Einstein.
Shannon Sharpe. Don't let me come down there because you're right down the hall from me. Don't let me come down there and scream on you. Did you just mention Kirk Cousins in the same sentence as Dan Marino?
I locked the door.
Is that what you did?
I knew
Is that
it,
what you
man.
did?
No, but I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is because, guys, Danny was a pocket passer. Had Dan been reliant on his legs, now that Achilles injury would have impacted him more than a pocket passer. No, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying the style of play. Both had Achilles injury. Listen, nobody's ever going to mistake Kirk Cousins for Danny. We know that, but I'm just saying the similarities with the injuries and the similarities in the style of play. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to compare the two far as career-wise, talent-wise. No, I'm foolish.
I just needed to make sure because Shannon will say some wild stuff sometimes.